council had read about an event in Ireland that drew in thousands of people for a month-long singles event. No one in town had the energy for an event on that scale, so we decided to host an event starting Tuesday and going clear through Saturday evening, with a send-off breakfast Sunday morning. Valentine's Day itself fell on a Friday, which gave us plenty of time to match people up in time for the holiday. Somehow, poor Cassie managed to get roped into planning and organizing the entire thing. As soon as she realized how big of a bite she'd chomped off, she put up the BFF bat signal, and I came swooping into her rescue. As soon as Christmas was over, we found ourselves up to our armpits in spreadsheets, candy hearts, and papier-mâché cupids. I didn't mind helping her, but the event had kind of taken on a life of its own, and I was ready for it to finally be here, mostly so it could end.
"I still don't know what possessed me to take this on,"
Cassie said, running her finger along the tablecloth to smooth away a crease in the pale pink fabric. I smiled and kept my opinion to myself. From my vantage point, Cassie had been manipulated into taking on the role. Hannah Stoll usually headed up events like this, but she'd suffered an ACL tear on a ski vacation with her family, and her husband begged her to take a step back and focus on her recovery. With her out of the way, some of the older ladies on the council pounced on Cassie like a pack of lionesses going after Bambi. Cassie was married to the town's police chief, and the ladies on the council were eager to groom Cassie into the town's head event planner, thus cementing Chief Lincoln and her as Beechwood's primary power couple. Word on the street, according to my favorite gossipy ghost, Gwen, was that Chief would eventually be asked to run for mayor, and Cassie gaining experience running big town-wide events was only a sample of what was to come. Valentine's Day weekend was her first test, and I wasn't going to let her fail, even if it took a little magic. "It's going to be fine, Cassie," I told her as I secured the last tablecloth. That done, I started dumping packages of candy hearts into crystal bowls that would serve as our centerpieces, alongside some understated floral arrangements for the welcome brunch. We've got everything under control. Well, besides the weather, but we have workarounds there, too. You'll see. It's going to be great. The event was being held at the Lilac House, a stately inn that had once been a historic mansion. A few years back, a home renovation show had come to town and renovated the property into a charming inn. It had a large event space that would be our home base throughout the week. We had a myriad of events planned, each night with its own activity. We'd arranged a bachelor-bachelorette auction, where some of the town's most eligible singles were being auctioned off for charity. There would be a few different singles mixers, a romantic Italian dinner on Valentine's Day itself, and then a big masquerade gala on the final evening. It had been a ton of work over the last 8 weeks, but we were in the home stretch now. All we had to do was keep calm and— "Oh no!" Cassie yelped. I jolted, sending half a pack of candy hearts skittering across the table. "What now?" I asked, biting back the snarl from my voice as I gathered the wayward hearts.
"Oops, sorry,"
Cassie said, scrambling to help clean up the chalky candies.
"I just got a message from Kira. The champagne order got dropped off at Siren Song instead of here."
I blinked. "And?"
"I don't have room for all that at the shop,"
Cassie huffed. She stuffed her phone back into the pocket of her jacket and headed for the door.
"I have to go pick it up and bring it here. Maybe Tad will let me borrow a dolly. If not, I can—"
"Cass," I interrupted. She turned, one hand on the doorknob. "Breathe," I reminded her, holding my hands out, thumb and index fingers forming small circles. I closed my eyes. Inhale, exhale, repeat. When I opened my eyes, she was gone. "Bat wings," I muttered. I'd never seen Cassie so spun up before. The event was a big deal, but even still, there had to be something else bugging her. Were she and her newly minted mister having problems? Was there such a thing as the 7-month itch? I shook my head, dismissing the theory, and went back to work. With Cassie out of my way, I was free to let my magic off its leash. A few swishes of my hands sent fairy lights and strands of white tulle flying toward the ceiling. The decorations affixed themselves.